Google and figure this out.
Between that and this.
Yeah. Let me figure out what's going on. This is never echoed. It doesn't have a control room return like some of them do.
So you got two things to research. Okay. let's just say, for purposes of the conversation, let's just say business. Very awkward. Do you have a lot to talk about beforehand?
righty. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for a brand new USPHL Junior Canes season. There's a little bit of echo. Let me trim that. Maybe that'll help.
Now we've got some audio issues. That's we don't know if you hear the echo or not, and we do apologize if you do. We are managing through some technical difficulties today. Hopefully they are resolved by opening weekend, but even if they aren't completely resolved, we can at least still be on the air, and that's... There are worse
for
issues.
Those that are new here, my name is Nolan Wilson. Aaron Preston right beside me. Also operating the camera, pulling double duties. The real legend for that. Anyway, as we take the opening draw of the 2025 preseason, it's going to be Ryan Gipp on the draw for the Junior Canes against Evan Williams, I think, for the Rush. It's one back by the Junior Canes. It goes over to Cooper Thomas. He'll move it ahead off the stick of Cody Lightfoot, and it comes back into the Charlotte zone. That one goes across for Justin Gagnon. Gagnon will tip it ahead off of a rush stick out to center, reclaimed by Cooper Thomas, and move it off the boards and back into the Charlotte zone where it's chipped ahead. Moved into center along the wall. Gipp pressuring a rush player. They don't have name bars in these preseason games, so until their backs are to us, I will not be able to tell you who has the puck. Meanwhile, it's Thomas. Cooper Thomas will move it out to center. Now it comes to the blue line and back in where it's recouped by Ilka Saarinen. Saarinen will move it ahead through center. It's moved. That was intended for Kester Stadler. It goes off his stick back into the Charlotte zone. No icing to reclaim it is Mikhailo Bizhodian from Tbilisi, Georgia, the 2007 born, 5'11 and a half, 176. Spent last year with the LA Junior Kings U18 team. It's moved ahead to William Dees. Dees will set it up, shoot it one wide of the net, reclaimed by, I believe that was Shane Oxenford, and a stop is made by the Rush goalie. I believe that is Dominiks Martinovs Vilnkalns from Latvia. The clock is a little messed up, so I'm a little trouble telling you what the time is.
I think it's a running clock.
It is a running clock. 23 minutes and 18 seconds. Not something you see very often here in the sport of hockey, as a shot by Marek Pionka goes wide of Owen Nasholds. It's reclaimed by the Rush. Pionka to the top. It is Payne. His shot stopped by Nasholds. Rebound! And the other shot was stopped. I believe that came off the stick of Landon German. 2-on-1 here for the Junior Canes. It's moved back across, and they score! Lucas Connery! I believe that was Kester Stadler feeding him in front. And with 22 minutes and 49 seconds to go in this running clock of the first period, the Junior Canes strike first. Mind you, that was Lucas Connery. Behind him in the line is Greg Guzik, I think. Or check that, Griffin Tremlett, Lucas's brother, who's coming on in his first year with the Junior Canes. Lucas won the Elite National Championship with the Junior Canes last year, and now it's moved back off the stick of Griffin Tremlett, recouped by Eric Mosquin off his stick, and it's shot back in by Rieger Hagelin. And now it's moved around, and it's hit there. I don't know who that was. That tipped wide of Nasholds. Going to it is let me look on the roster. Jack Chivarelli, my apologies. To the top it comes. Across for Evan Williams. His shot goes just wide of Owen Nasholds. Now it's recouped and moved ahead by Ethan Balamucky, but he is offside with 22:04 to go here in this first period or game. I'm not sure what the one in the middle, because we do have 4 games today, and it is a running clock. And we are playing these games showcase style, I am told. It's going to be Jacob Kuhn, and I believe that was Justin Gagnon on the draw. Moved ahead by Charlotte. And there goes a tip in front, and a shot goes just wide off the stick of Timo Koenig, the 2005-born Swiss. And it's moved ahead by Carolina, back into the Charlotte zone, picked up by Kuhn. He's pestered along the wall, off the stick of Koenig. Gathering it is Kuhn. Around, now Kuhn recoups it, no pun intended. And it's cleared, it's checked to the boards. There was Koenig by, I believe that was, and they score! I was looking to see who Jacob Kuhn hit. Not sure who that was, but anyway, the Junior Canes go up 2-0. I know these games don't count in the standings, but it is Jacob Kuhn who scores the goal. And Aaron, as you know, these games might not count in the standings, but this advantage is definitely what you want if you're Carolina.
Oh, well, I mean, absolutely. But, these being as called before split squad, these teams are all mixed up. They're not necessarily elite or premier. They're all mixed up. So this is just, we're playing these 4 games with 4 mixed up teams on each side and seeing what happens. And it's going to make things very interesting throughout the day and a great way to evaluate talent, who works best with who, and so on.
Definitely. Off the stick of Thomas. Recouped by Charlotte. That pass intercepted. It comes onto the stick of Dylan Paranjape. His shot stopped by Owen Nashholtz. Recouped by the stick of Carson Unger. Unger to the top. Couldn't get it to Paranjape, but he has it now. Cleared off the wall and regained by Carson Unger. Off the wall it goes. It's chipped ahead by Cody Lightfoot. Cody Lightfoot to the slot. And he was worked off the puck. To the back it goes to Stadler. Moving in. He's pestered by a couple rush players. To the top it goes. That shot stopped by Gene Collins. Back behind the net it goes. Stadler to the front, trying to make something happen, unable to do so. And I believe that was Greg Dusick with a shot that was stopped by Vilm Collins. To the top it goes. Back to Oxenford. Down low. To the top again. That shot stopped by Vilm Collins. Rebound gained by William Dees. Tried to center one in front, but the play was blown dead. And
net came off.
The net came off with 20 minutes to go here in this first period.
So you mentioned him earlier, Ethan Balamucky, coming to the Junior Canes. Me being one of the public address announcers for the Triangle High School Hockey League, he was on one of the teams and was quite something to be like, oh, I know who that is coming in. So
yeah, because, the sport of hockey has just taken off in recent years, especially with that, and a shot by Oxenford is stopped by Vilm Collins. The net comes off again. But Aaron, as I was saying, the popularity of the sport of hockey with the Canes' recent success and everything we've talked about the popularity of this sport has just taken off in recent years, and now we have a quote-unquote high school hockey league. It's not official by any means. It's not recognized by the North Carolina High School
it's a club
Athletics
league.
Association. It's a club league, as Aaron just said. I mean, that's just incredible to see the sport here in this state where it might not really be a hockey hotbed just yet, but the sport is just taking off like a corporate jet, if you know what I mean.
I mean, it is a hockey hotbed. It is. And because of the success of the NHL Canes as well as the Junior Canes, both have had a part to play in this growing sport here in the state of North Carolina.
And not to mention the amount of alums of the youth program that come up to play for this organization. The pipeline is incredible.
I'll also throw in there the success of recently the Charlotte Checkers, who made it to the to the Calder Cup final, Eastern Conference champions.
Yep. Before losing to the Abbotsford Canucks in 6 games. It was their second appearance since 2019 when they won it all. That's icing against Charlotte with 19:39 to go here in this first period. It's really nice to see.
Absolutely, and I've made a lot of friends over out there in the Charlotte Checkers organization, and so shout out to them if any of them happen to be tuning in here today. But no, absolutely love the Checkers and what they're doing out there in Charlotte.
Now it's cleared off the boards in front of the rush bench, swept in by Ethan Balamucki, one of those aforementioned Triangle High School Hockey League players, moved out by the rush. That is Evan Williams. He gets shouldered hard by Ben Schrammett. What a hit. Nationals will play it to the back of the net. It goes off the stick of Marek Kionka. Around the boards it goes, recouped by Balamucki. He'll shoot it back into the Charlotte zone, and that is going to be icing on Carolina with 19:01 to go here in the first period. Don't know if I mentioned this, but I did play my first ever round of golf this off-season at Headingham. Played 18 with my dad, shot a 121, which I'm told by a lot of experts actually isn't really bad for the first round of your life. Aaron, you've played some golf too, right? What's your
Not really at all. To be nice to people, I will say it this way: I'd rather watch grass grow.
Yeah. And Lucas Tremlett even mentioned in the offseason he golfed 3 times a year, and he has a 12.5 handicap. That's just wicked stuff. Either way, it comes back to Kuhn. He'll shoot it back in as players go down all over the place. It's moved ahead by the rush. That I believe that is Carson Unger across for a shot by Carson Olson, and that goes into the net. The field goal is good. And this play is stopped with 18:22 to go here in the first period. For those of you that don't know, the take warning sign and where the scoreboard is placed, our broadcast head, Brian Linzer, calls it a field goal. If a puck is cleared out of play and goes into that zone, as Nationals will freeze that one with 18:16 to go.
So I have been told, per Brian Linzer from downstairs, it is not a running clock. It's just the format that they're going with. So we'll see exactly what they're doing, but it's interesting timing and different things. And there's probably going to be, I wouldn't be shocked if, other than actual play, if they do like situational stuff and stuff like that.
Yeah. Definitely not what we're used to. Either way, it comes across on a pass from Gagnon was intercepted. It's moved ahead by Kuhn. He's moved to the boards by Robert Thorne, second-year veteran for Charlotte out of Estero, Florida, where the Junior Blades and Florida Everblades play. The Everblades won 3 straight Kelly Cup titles before losing in the Eastern Conference Final, I believe, to the Trois-Rivières Lions. For any French that are watching, I'm horribly sorry I may have butchered that, but either way.
I thought they only won 2 in a row and were going for their third.
You might be correct on that. Anyway, it is Gipp and I believe Williams on the draw for Charlotte. Gipp gets worked down, and he is getting really worked on by Justin Gagnon, that was. I beg your pardon. It's moved off the wall, kept in by the stick of Lincoln Gamble. Around the wall, Gamble from Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, spent last season with the Shady Side Academy, a prep school in Pittsburgh. Kept back in by, I believe that was Brody Soteris. Comes to the top. It is Saarinen with a shot that goes just wide. Recouped by Gamble. To the top, Saarinen. Saarinen will shoot one off a couple sticks where it's recouped by the aforementioned Robert Thorne. Thorne will move it out to center, cleared back into the Carolina zone. It's Nationals who will play it and leave it for Cooper Thomas. Thomas off the wall. It's intercepted by Dylan Paranjape, cleared back into the Carolina zone by Landon German. Across it goes for Thomas. Cleared off the wall. Gipp couldn't control it. Kester Stadler has it in his own zone. He's guarded by German. He'll shoot it off the wall where it's taken by Tommy Payne, the ex-Atlanta Mad Hatter, across for Paranjape. He'll try and get something going, unable to do so, and it's cleared back into the Charlotte zone as one of the Junior Canes got hit hard by Tommy Payne and moved out by the rush. That is Marek Pionka. His shot was blocked. Now it's moved around by Unger. Unger to the top. Here's a shot by, I believe that's Paranjape going wide. Oranjape has it now at the blue line. Oranjape shot stopped by Nationals with the pad. It's cleared around by Greg Guzik. Around it goes. Oranjape chasing after it. He'll take it back in his own zone. Off the wall, that pass intended for Unger. And now Unger has it out to center. Back into the Carolina zone it goes, where it's retrieved by Guzik. Off the wall, recouped by Charlotte. That is Unger. I beg your pardon, that is Marek Kionka. Kionka has it. He is hit hard by Shane Oxenford. That over 6 foot frame of Oxenford's is really coming into form here. Now it's moved in by the Junior Canes on the backhand, and a save made by Dean Collins on the backhander by Ben Schramm. Moved out to Oxenford. He'll recoup it back and clear it back into the Charlotte zone. Going after it, I believe that is Lucas Connery. And now off the stick of Gage Silby, that one goes, and Guzik goes down trying to get the puck, and a stop by Nash holds off of, I believe that was Koenig, off the wall. Cleared back into the Carolina zone by the Rush. Moved in by Chivarelli, Jack Chivarelli, out of Denver, North Carolina, right outside of Charlotte by Lake Norman. Moved ahead by the Junior Canes. It's Balamucky. He gets tripped up and it rolls in on Bill Collins. And I believe we are going to have our first penalty of this game. It is a trip. It is going to be against, let's see who it is. It is Robert Thorne for tripping.
So I was informed from downstairs. So the format for the games today, it's kind of a throwback to the ancient days of hockey back when Alexander the Great was playing. No, I'm just kidding. But as you may know, before we went to 3 periods, it used to be 30-minute halves. Yeah. So today it is going to be, the games will be 2 25-minute 2 periods or halves.
How long are intermissions?
Your guess is as good as mine, but I know Brian is listening to us downstairs.
Thank you.
So he will probably, in a moment, text me and tell me.
Thank you, Brian, for that information. We do appreciate it. It's moved ahead by Evans across. Back to the top it goes. This is a shot that goes just wide off the stick of I believe I'm trying to look at the name. It's Charlie Connor, and it's cleared back into the Carolina zone. Connor, the aforementioned, will pick it up back and leave it behind the net. He stays behind his net and waits for fresh legs to come on. Moved ahead now by the stick of Cooper Thomas. Thomas will move in. His shot stopped by Ben Collins, and it's cleared back into the Carolina zone off the stick of Gustav Anderson. Kept and taken by Gamble. Moved it ahead, and getting tripped up was Lightfoot, and we are going to have another penalty on the Rush, or is it offside? And it is going to be a penalty on Evan Williams.
So it'll be a normal ice cut in between the periods.
Well,
so we usually have 17-minute intermissions, so that's what it will be.
It varies by building. I know Potomac only has 12-minute intermissions. We have 18 minutes. So does the NHL have a league-wide rule on intermission lengths at 18 minutes.
They should bring it back to 20 minutes like it used to be. Anyways, that's...
When did that change get implemented?
When did they put that in?
Or how long did it run? Was it 20-minute intermissions for the entirety of the
It used to be you had 20-minute periods and 20-minute intermissions is the way it used to be. Everything was 20 minutes.
Yeah. Pretty easy to figure out if you were new to the sport at the time. Anyway, it's moved off the stick of Nashholz, and now it's moved across for Cooper Thomas. He'll carry it in on the near side. Thomas looking for help Down low to the corner it goes. To the top, it's Gamble. Down low, Thomas calling for it. He gets it. He'll shoot. Stopped by Van Pounds, and he holds on with 12:21 to go in the first half. Feels pretty weird saying that in it feels pretty weird saying that in a hockey game. You only hear that in like soccer or football, American football, European football, for those of you from Europe that are watching us, which I'm sure there are, because there are some players, a selection of players in this game that are from Europe. Gustav Andersson, Mikhailo Bizhoyen, and Casper Stadler for the Junior Canes, just to name a few. Cleared around the wall where it's taken by the aforementioned Bizhoyen. Bizhoyen will clear it to the top. Thomas keeps it in off the skate of, I believe that's Kester Stadler, it is, and it's cleared back into the Carolina zone, where it is left behind the net by Owen Nashholz and taken by Lincoln Gamble. Across for, that is Cooper Thomas. He'll shoot it back into the Charlotte zone, retrieved by Guzik. Around it goes back into the Carolina zone, and it feels like we're playing Russian roulette with all these clearances by Charlotte here.
I thought the term was ping pong hockey.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with Russian roulette, it's basically the same thing, and that shot by Dees is stopped by Vin Collins with 11:22 to go in the first period.
I won't lie, the last time you said the goalie's name for the Rush, it's that early in the morning where some of the things you're still getting, not being groggy or anything.
Yeah.
I swear I thought you said Phil Collins. I'm like, wait, what? What? I had no idea the musician also played hockey.
Did he? I mean, did he really?
No, I was saying I thought you said Phil Collins. So I was like, wait. What we got in the air tonight? Getting ready to queue up here?
Well, the speakers here in the Red Rink don't work, so I don't know or think that that's going to happen. Anyway, it's moved off the wall by Schrammick behind Owen Nashholz, where it's taken by Shane Oxenford. Out to center it goes. It's Eric Mosquin. He's upended somewhat by Carson Unger. Taken in the Carolina zone by Oxenford. He'll clear it around the wall. Kept in by Tommy Payne. Off the stick of Nashholz. He deflected it to the side. Cleared back in off of Nashholz by Paranjape. Around the wall it goes. And a shot, they score! Carson Unger on a great setup by the aforementioned Dilan Paranjape. And the Rush have brought it to within a goal. So it's going to be Landon German and you see I believe that was Brody Soteris on the draw for the Canes. Soteris is a pretty unusual name. Would you say it's like a hockey kind of name, like you say all the time, Aaron? Some of these names are?
I mean, that is very much a hockey name.
Yeah. And it's pinned in the corner by about 4 to 6 guys. It's a battle of more of attrition in the corner. It comes out to the top. This is a shot by Griffin Tremlett. That shot was blocked, I believe, by Jack Chivarelli. And cleared, kept back in. Shot by, I believe that was, not sure who that was. It was stopped by Vin Collins. Fortunately, these guys don't have numbers on the side of their jerseys. So, again, like Potomac is, we can't tell you who has the puck until their backs are to us. Meanwhile, it's clipped off the wall by Gage Silby, rolled in on Owen Nashholz, who will steer it around the wall, reclaimed by the Rush, Chivarelli, and the shot goes just wide. Pass in front and a stop by Nashholz on German, and he'll hold on to it with 9:18 to go in this first period. You know, Aaron, this rivalry with the Rush has definitely seen a lot of years, but the thing I've observed since starting with this team since starting interning with the Junior Canes back in 2022, this is my 4th season, this rivalry has really cooled off in terms of physicality in recent years. Now, it's moved ahead by Thorne. Cleared off the pad of National. He'll direct it to the corner. Kept in, or attempted keeping by Bizhoyen. Doesn't work. Bizhoyen across for Carson Olsen. Olsen can't keep it. It's recouped by Saarinen. That shot goes just wide of Vincombs. Around the wall it goes. And up it goes. Gipp will move it across for Thomas. Cooper Thomas off the wall onto the stick of Bizhoyen. Mentioned a lot here in this game. He's touched the puck pretty frequently. Now it's Stadler moving it across and back into the Carolina zone. Moved ahead past the stick of William Dees and back into the Carolina zone where Stadler will recoup it. Stadler will move it across for Cooper Thomas. He'll shoot it back into the Charlotte zone. Gotten to by the stick of Dees. He's pestered along the wall. Unfortunately, Lucas Connery couldn't come up with it either. That turnover onto the stick of Justin Gagnon, and it's chased. And it is chased by Brody Sataris, or I beg your pardon, Shane Oxenford back into the Carolina zone. Oxenford will move it off the wall, just out of the reach of Lucas Connery. He gets hit hard to the boards, and we have a penalty upcoming. I believe that
his helmet flew off. Look at that. His helmet's still spinning.
You don't see that very often in hockey because these guys, with as much pride that they take in their safety, you usually don't see helmets flying off because they tighten them to their heads pretty good. So, I mean, unless it's like a massive, like thundering hit, like where like glass breaks, for example. Hopefully that never happens. You don't really see that very often.
Well, we got a shout out to give because I just got a text from the Riches out there in Omaha, Nebraska, watching us. So glad to hear that you are watching and glad to hear from you.
Go Big Red. In the corner it goes. To the top, it is Bizhoyen. And it's cleared off a Junior Kane stick, off the stick of Lucas Connery, and it's cleared back into the Charlotte zone. That is going to be icing, and I think we have a penalty on the rush as well.
Yes, I saw it. It was if it is being called, it was a clear cross check in the back. If it's being called, and I don't believe so. I saw
Owen Nashel step up from his start moving towards his bench, which usually it gives the indication of a penalty, but I guess in this case that's not going to happen. Gagnon and Thomas on the draw. That shot goes wide off the stick of Reeder Hagelin, and the Junior Canes will touch it up. I'm not sure what the play was blown dead for. I
think we're going to get a Junior Canes penalty.
So, what we originally thought was going to happen wasn't going to happen. And it's going to be Kester Stadler, the Swiss, going to the box for, I believe, tripping?
High sticking.
High sticking.
At least that's what I saw. It might be a hook. I saw something really quick. It was very quick motion. Something with the stick. Let's put it that way.
The only stick infraction is a high stick that I know of. It's cleared back into the Carolina zone. New goaltender for the Junior Canes, another youth program alum, Spencer Tanner, and a new goalie for the Rush as well. It's from Aalborg, Denmark, Lasse Sorensen. Spent last year with the Florida Junior Blades elite team, 6'2", 231 pounds. Moved ahead by Justin Gagnon. He's pressured to the boards by Brody Sataris. Now it's moved across to the top, Williams. Evan Williams across for Dylan Paranjape. That shot and another stop by Spencer Tanner. And it's moved along the wall by Tommy Payne. Ex-Atlanta Mad Hatter. Williams down low, across to the near point. Across for Paranjape to the top. Williams, a shot stopped by Tanner. Rebound reached just wide of the net. And the day is saved, maybe. Yes, it is. The day is saved by Shane Oxenford, who clears it back into the Charlotte zone.
So you brought up Sorensen earlier. Being a Dutchman, we're not unfamiliar with Dutch goalies here in North Carolina.
He's from Denmark. He's Danish.
Danish. That's what I meant. It's still what in the morning? It's still... Forgive me, y'all.
10:38 a.m.
The other country that we use considered with a D to talk about where they're from.
Yeah. And we know a professional goalie that came from that country, from Herning, Freddie Anderson.
That's what I was getting at earlier.
Yeah. 5:32 to go here in this first half. It's going to be Gagnon, and I believe that is D's on the draw. It was actually, I beg your pardon, it was actually Peyton Evans, Roothouse, Illinois native, where it's cleared back, taken back by the rush, more specifically Nick Freeman. Moved across and moved out to center, maybe. Yes, it is. Moved out by Charlotte. Now it's Freeman taking it back, and it came on and off the stick of Kuhn and cleared back to center, where it's taken by Lincoln Gamble across for his defense partner Cooper Thomas. Now it's moved ahead by Unger, I believe. Shot right into the glove, one of the gloves of Cooper Thomas, taken back by Robert Thorne at center. He'll move it in, and now it's chipped ahead by Tommy Payne, fought for in one of the far dots. It's moved out by Jacob Kuhn. Kuhn from Peoria, Arizona, will feed it across for Brody Soteris, unable to make anything happen as far as a scoring chance. Meanwhile, it's moved along by Saarinen, Ilkka Saarinen, across for a shot by Griffin Tremlett, stopped by Sorensen. Now around the wall it goes. This is taken out of the Charlotte zone by Mikhailo Bitoyen. And now it's taken back by Gage Silby. Moved along on and off the stick of Gustav Anderson. Aaron, were you going to say something? Because I heard you.
No, I'm just... It's been intriguing. At times I'm doing pretty well with this camera, and at other times it's like,
Well, what a couple saves by Sorensen consecutively there. And it goes to the top. This is Griffin Tremlett. That shot was blocked by Landon German. And now off the wall, it goes to the far side. Pass across. Couldn't find anybody but Saarinen. He's pestered
off
by
the mask.
Bitoyen, off the mask of Lasse Sorensen. And now Gipp will move it around, retrieved by Tremlett. That shot stopped by Sorensen, but it rolled off to the side. Somebody on the rush doesn't have a stick. It's moved.
No, that was one of the junior canes. Somebody came off the ice. It was number 1 jersey coming off.
Ilkka Saarinen.
He came off because I think he got hit in the face with something.
Sorensen clears it back into the Carolina zone, off the stick of William Dees, back into the Charlotte zone, moved along off of Tommy Payne's stick, and now moved out by Gustav Anderson. Anderson trying to move through Shane Oxenford, unable to do so, and now the Junior Canes will try to create something here. Moved ahead quickly. I believe this is Stadler with a shot. That one goes high and into the protected netting and out of play with 2:19 to go here in this first half.
So, yeah, this is definitely something new for me. I almost never run this camera.
You're doing a good job, I have to say. Something I did in my first season and maybe 2/3 before I was promoted by Brian Linzer, our great broadcaster, a great friend of mine. Now comes down low. Around it goes for Lucas Connery. Connery, and it's retrieved by Elon Farinchapi. Off the wall it goes. Connery moved ahead. And now Anderson off of the boards. Reader Haglund with a shot turned aside by Tanner. around the wall it goes. This is Lucas Connery. Connery off of a stick, moved ahead by Stadler, and now moving it out are the Junior Canes, and it's moved back into the Charlotte zone. Picked up, that is picked up by Nick Freeman. Freeman, he'll shoot it back into the Carolina zone, no icing. Picked up by Cooper Thomas, and it's kept in by the rush, and a shot stopped by Tanner, I believe, off of Evan Williams. Now it's moved ahead by Cooper Thomas. Thomas will move it ahead. A shot by Balamucky. That one was blocked, and Balamucky is going at it with one of the rush players. Meanwhile, it's Thomas. His shot stopped by Sorensen, and he holds on with 1:04 to go in the first half. Wonder what Brian has to say.
No, it was just a couple other texts going on this morning as well. So
off the draw, it's moved around by Freeman. Off the wall, moved ahead, taken by Marek Bianca. Bianca moved off the puck. Tanner way out to play it. It comes onto the stick of Evan Williams in front of the Lenovo side. Now it's moved out by the Junior Canes and back into the Charlotte zone where Sorensen will leave it for Robert Thorne. Thorne will move it out. Backhand pass. He'll just leave it leisurely for Bianca, who gets it back to Thorne. Thorne, and on the backhand, turned aside by Spencer Tanner. Now it's cleared back in. Vitoyan around the wall. Here's Thorne, unable to reach that pass as Kuhn comes up with it. Moved ahead to Peyton Evans. Now Kuhn goes down by way of Marek Bianca. 12 seconds to go, and now play is stopped. Robert Thorne and Eric Mosquin going at it.
There's multiple collisions all at once, one on the boards, one at near center ice.
Mosquin and Thorne beefing with each other.
And even though this is preseason, there is a little bit of that rivalry heating up here after a little bit of play.
Yeah. And just an advisory here, we are right above the benches, so apologies in advance if you hear any coarse or offensive language. I believe those were offsetting roughing minors.
But they are going up on the board, it seems. Yeah, we are 4-on-4 right now.
Off the draw. And now it's taken back to Sitaris, and it's rolled in on Nashville to hold it with 5.5 seconds to go here in the first half. 2-1 Carolina the score. Coincidental roughing minors with 10 seconds to go in this first half. We don't have live score yet, so I can't really tell you the exact time moving forward that it occurred, but either way, draw one back by Charlotte, right out of the reach of Robert Thorne. Gustav Anderson, he'll just take it back leisurely into his zone. Or actually, that's Mikhailo Bitoyan. And that is how the first half will come to an end. It's unusual saying that, but it's the way we're moving things here. So the score at the end of the first half, the Junior Canes 2, the Charlotte Rush 1. With 1:50 to go on the roughing minors of Eric Mosquin and Robert Thorne. Any final thoughts, Aaron, before we go off for intermission?
Definitely already seeing, at least from the Junior Canes wise, we've been talking about all summer, a lot of great additions and a lot of people coming back, and it looks we're very excited for the squads we're putting together, and that definitely showed here in the first half of the first of 4, I guess, glorified scrimmages today here as, it's really going to be interesting through these preseason games, this kind of format of splitting up your squad into 4 teams kind of mixed up, and the Rush having done the same, and it doesn't matter, Elite Premier, they're just mixing them all up, and it's going to make things very interesting and different dynamics and things of that nature. So,
all righty, well, we'll go off for the scrape of the ice, You're watching Junior Canes Hockey on the Junior Canes YouTube channel. All righty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second half. I'm not sure if my partner, Aaron Preston, is going to want to put on his headset. He's turning it on right now, so I am assuming that is going to be a yes. Junior Canes lead the Charlotte Rush 2-1 after a half, with coincidental roughing minors to Eric Mosquin and Robert Thorne carrying over for 1:50 into this third period. Aaron, what have you made? What can you make of this game so far?
Well, I mean, going back to the old way of things, a half of play played, and it's definitely, you see the dynamic from the Junior Canes already very tightly knit in some senses. In some senses, still squeaking some things out in different things.
Yeah.
And the Rush, you can tell they're still put different things together, and I think also they may have really scrambled things up. The Junior Canes definitely scrambled things up, but I think the Rush really scrambled things up, because I think just from what I've seen before earlier, either these guys, are still getting familiar with each other, or these guys haven't played much together at all because of whatever setup they've been going with. That's my guess. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm making out of the dynamic. But that's what makes this setting very fun.
Yeah, and it's why we do this. And so we wait for the entrance door on the Junior Canes side to close out, and we have a new Lasse Sorensen in net for the Rush still, and Spencer Tanner in the other net. Junior Canes going left to right, right to left, Rush going left to right. Moved ahead by them, aforementioned, coincidentally, turning back with it is Dylan Paranjape. He's given a rough ride by Ilka Sarin, and that shot by the stick of Tommy Payne stopped by Tanner. Now it's cleared off the wall by Lincoln Gamble. Gamble will move it ahead for, that is Griffin Tremlett. Tremlett on the backhand, or that is still Gamble with the puck off the stick of Cooper Thomas, and he'll take it back off the wall where it's retrieved by, I feel you, Aaron, and it's moved ahead by Dylan Paranjape. His shot stopped by Tanner. Rebound globbed out of the air by Reeder Haglund, and it's ultimately frozen by Spencer Tanner with 19:03 to go in the second half. It's kind of like college basketball, with that starting up in about a month. With these two, you said what, 20 or 25-minute halves?
25-minute halves, yeah.
It's kind of sort of like college basketball in that sense, since they have 20-minute halves.
Yeah, that probably won't be around for much longer.
Yeah, probably not. Moved ahead and taken back by William Dees. Dees will move it across for, I believe that is Shane Oxenford. He'll move it across for Greg Guzik, and it's moved in by Charlotte. That shot goes just wide, and now it's cleared back in by the stick of, I'm trying to look here, that is Reeder Haglund, I believe, off the stick of Landon German, who spent last year with the Toledo Cherokee, who have been a powerhouse year in and year out. Here's Kester Stadler moving in. His shot goes just wide of Lasse Sorensen. Retrieved by Greg Guzik.
Back to full strength.
Back to full strength now. It's moved ahead by German. Off of his stick, and he'll just recoup it back in his own zone. He's guarded by William Dees. He'll move it and cleared off the wall, off the glass, by Griffin Tremlett, Lucas's brother, another one of those youth program alums. Like I said, the pipeline from the youth program to the junior organization is a pretty good one. 2-on-1 for Charlotte. Moving back, there's a shot by Timo Koenig. Stop, rebound! Rebound goes wide of Spencer Tanner off the stick of the aforementioned Timo Koenig, who clears it around the wall. Chasing after it, this is Cody Galen, whose brother Carson played with the Rush for 3 years. Taken back by the Rush. Thorne will move it across, and twirling with it is Midtoyen. Back across for Thorne. Off the wall, kept in by Griffin Tremlett. Tremlett will move it down low for Mikhailo Bitoyen. Bitoyen off the boards, and it eludes the stick of Cooper Thomas, who's wearing a new number from 12 to 2 this upcoming regular season, as whipping on that pass twice was Charlie Connor, and it's cleared off the wall at center, off a couple sticks. Going after it is Gage Silby. He'll clear it back into the Carolina zone. Cleared around by Thomas. Off the stick of Oxenford. Now moved ahead by Soteris. Off the wall at center. Off the stick of Tommy Payne. And it's going to be recouped by Delon Paranjape. It's taken by Thomas and cleared back into the Charlotte zone, where Sorensen will leave it and clear it around the glass. Kept in by Thomas. His shot stopped by Sorensen. Rebound! And another stop by Sorensen. I believe that came off of Stadler, and we have a penalty, I think.
Hand pass.
Hand pass on Charlotte with 16:03 to go here in this first period.
I believe it's actually a hand pass against Carolina.
My apologies there, as we have a goalie substitution for Charlotte. It is going to be the Colorado Springs, Colorado native, Aiden Anderson, who spent last year at Kent Hill School, a boarding school in Connecticut. His red accents on the pads, very rush-themed. See a lot of goalies do that. We saw Dylan Bowden last year and Cale Puzzi last year, also with Charlotte, who also themed their pads to the team colors, which I think is a real nice touch. Because you see that more often in the NHL, but not so much often in junior leagues.
You'll also see it in other levels of pro hockey as well.
Yep. Now, it's moved ahead by the rush, off from the stick of Carson Unger, across into the middle. That pass handed by Gage Silby. Shot stopped by Spencer Tanner off the stick of Nick Freeman with 15:17 to go here in this first period. Freeman's actually been bouncing around the Southeast pretty frequently. He was with Columbia last year, and then he was with, Columbia in 23-24, and then Atlanta last year. He is originally from Hope Mills, North Carolina, right outside Fayetteville, just to the south here. That shot goes just wide of Tanner off the stick of Kiyonka. Around it goes to the Evan Williams. Off the wall. Now it's taken back by Gagnon. Off the wall for Williams. Williams will shoot it back into the Carolina zone. Spencer Tanner loses his stick, trying to get to it. The backhander by Carson Olsen goes just wide. Cleared around the wall. Kept in momentarily by the Junior Canes. It's moved out by the Junior Canes. And joining the fun is Cody Lightfoot, but he couldn't get the pass on his stick. Chipped in onto Sorensen by Greg Guzik from the near point. And Sorensen will freeze it with 14:31 to go here in the first period. We have a goalie substitution for the Junior Canes. It's the New Yorker Matthew Ketchum coming in for Spencer Tanner.
Ketchum?
Matthew Ketchum, yep, believe it or not.
Well,
yeah.
You already know the reference I'm thinking of, and I won't say it for his sake.
Is it the condiment that you put on?
No.
Meanwhile, here it is, a shot by Unger, and Ketchum makes his first stop on a attempted breakaway. Here is Williams with a shot that goes just wide of Ketchum. Recouped by Charlie Connor. Connor will move it for Stadler, I believe, or either that or I believe that's maybe William Dees. It's moved ahead to Lucas Connery. He spent last year at a high school in Minnesota that I can't remember off the top of my head. Now a shot off the pad and stick of Ketchum. Retrieved by, I believe, that is Nick Freeman. That shot goes off the wall and bounces in on Ketchum, who will freeze it with 13:38 to go here in this first period. This game has a it kind of has had a regular season and preseason feel to it all in one. With how feel like the intensity is picking up at very, very small intervals. But at the same time, it's also kind of mundane because you don't want to go too hard because those games don't matter in the standings. Thorne with a shot, pad stopped by Ketchum. Rebound cleared off the wall by Timo Koenig. Around for Thorne. He'll keep it in, and it's moved out. Moving to it is Balamucky. 2-on-1. Balamucky tried to get it back, unable to get it on the stick of Ben Schrammick, and kept in by Shane Oxenford. Goes across, and a shot stopped by Sorensen. And now, actually, it's Anderson. I beg your pardon. It's moved ahead by the stick of Bitoyen. Mikhailo Bitoyen. His shot stopped by Ketchum, and the net is moved off the pegs by Cody Galen with 12:51 to go here in this first period. Like I was saying, Aaron, these games, I mean, you want to push it to an extent, but at the same time, you don't want to go too hard and risk, injury, because in the long run, I mean, would you like to win this game? Yes. Does it matter for any statistical or, standings relations? No. So there is that kind of you want to go hard, but to a degree in games like this. We're back into the Charlotte zone. It's taken back by Paranjapi. Delon Paranjapi from Denver, Colorado, not Denver, North Carolina. Now it's moved along by Gagnon off a stick, and now it's moved ahead by Shane Oxenford. Oxenford will clear it back into the Charlotte zone, where it's retrieved by the rush, kept in by Greg Guzik. His shot on to Anderson, who will take it to the pad and glove it and freeze it with 12:08 to go in the second half. So it's going to be Ryan Gipp, and I believe Cody Galen on the draw, off the draw. Moved back, across, off from the stick of not Reader Haglund. That goes into the protected netting and out of play. That was from Lincoln Gamble, I believe, over to Cooper Thomas. Sorry, I mix and match the names from the teams.
As my broadcast partner out in St. Louis would have said, that puck was lightsabered out of play.
Who was that, by the way?
Joey Zanaboni. He is currently, so I did stuff with him with the St. Louis Junior Blues. He is the radio voice of St. Louis City SC. So if for some reason, Joey, you are listening, hope you're doing well.
That's in front for Gipp, unable to retrieve it, and now it's moved ahead by Carson Olsen, off the wall, and it's taken by Saarinen. Ilkka Saarinen off the wall, and it's cleared off the wall in front of our broadcast partner Brian Linzer, off the Raleigh Orthopedic side, and cleared around to Thomas, who will shoot it around the boards. Dees will retrieve it. And he was put to the boards by Carson Olsen. Sorry, it's still kind of a morning, so we're still trying to wake up a little bit. I mean, we do have coffee at our disposal, and a shot stopped by Anderson on Gamble. Now,
I personally think coffee is disgusting, but that's me.
I mean, a lot of people. I mean, it is drank by a lot of people here, especially now. Stadler coming up with it. Stadler, and he is upended on the back end. They score! Lucas Connery, as Stadler got knocked to the ice. Lucas Connery there to save the day. And with 10:37 to go here in regulation, the Junior Canes push it out to a 3-1 advantage. What a play.
Well, I'll tell you what. This is preseason, but that looked like something straight out of the playoffs.
100%.
I mean, we did have a short off season for a reason, and
Yes.
my goodness.
Yes. Wow. Anyway, it's cleared back into the Charlotte zone. Retrieving it is Fitzhoyen. Around the wall it goes. It is Mosquin, the Chapel Hill native. Now it is Schrammick around the wall for Balamucky. Let it go on and off his stick. Now it's moved out by Koenig. Off of the stick of Unger. His shot goes just wide of Ketchum. The Rush trying to set one up, and that shot from Carson Unger will go off the back of the net, and Ketchum will freeze it with 10:04 to go here in this second half.
Sorry if I just gave you all motion sickness with that one. My goodness. There's a reason I do not often operate this camera, and I am just talking.
You're doing a good job at it. I'll give it that. And now it's moved ahead. That kept in by the Rush. That shot goes high and wide off of Reeder Hagelin's stick. And the field goal is good, as our friend Brian Linzer would say. 9:56 to go here in this first period. It's going to be Unger and I believe Schrammick on the draw. Around the wall it goes. Oxenford will clear it off the glass. Kept in by Carson Unger. Off the wall. Now Unger, the aforementioned, will take it back and clear it back into behind the net. The Rush will try and set up a scoring chance here. This is Hagelin off the wall. It comes back into the Charlotte zone. This is Bidshoyen. Mikhailo Bidshoyen out of Tbilisi, Georgia, the capital of that Western European country. Kept in by Peyton Evans. We'll move it across for Shane Oxenford. Oxenford will shoot one in on Anderson, and he'll glove it down with 9:12 to go here in this first period. Now, on the subject of coffee, I think black, just fully dark coffee without anything is completely disgusting. But I usually add sugar to mine and some half and half, and I think that makes it worlds better. Aaron, when's the last time you had coffee? Just curious, since you said you don't like it very much.
I can't even think of the last time I had it. No, I don't. No.
Anyway, a shot. Oh, what a save by Anderson on a bang bang play on a shot from Jacob Kuhn, and it's cleared to center and shot back in by the aforementioned Kuhn onto the stick of Aiden Anderson. Anderson is moved ahead by Charlotte. It is moved ahead by the stick of Dylan Paranchape. His shot turned aside by Ketchum. It rolls back in front of him, and he freezes it with 8:24 to go here in this first period.
All right, it's preseason. I got to get out of the way because I'm not going to do it during the season for his sake. Every time you say it, I can't help but think Pokemon. Every time.
What do you mean?
Ketchum?
Oh!
That was the reference I was talking about earlier.
Oh. What do you mean, Ketch? What relation do they have? Because I don't think I've ever played
Ash Ketchum, the main character of Pokemon, the show.
Is he the in the game? Is he the circle thing that eats those dots, or is he the ghost or something?
No, he's the main character. He's the trainer. He's the Pokemon trainer.
Oh, I thought you were thinking Pac-Man for some reason. They sound so similar. Meanwhile, Sarnin chasing after this one, tried to set up, I believe that was Connery, or I beg your pardon, it's Cody Lightfoot. In front, turned aside by Aiden Anderson. Moved ahead by the Rush and back into the Junior Cane zone. Chasing after this one is Greg Guzik. Guzik held in by Williams. His shot, it corrals around in front of Ketchum. And where's the puck?
No goal, signaled by the official.
The Rush are arguing, trying to plead their case that Williams did score, but apparently Matthew Ketchum did come up with it. 7:30 to go here in this first period, or second half. So I get so used to saying first period because hockey's a period sport, not a half sport like it used to be back when Oh, I'm trying to when
Alexander the Great played.
Back when Alexander Graham Bell played, maybe. And it's moved ahead, trying to pass for Stadler, unable to get the puck onto his stick as he was trying to go on a breakaway. Anyway, Thorne will move it out through center. Across and a shot by Hagelin. That was blocked, and now the Junior Canes will move out with it. Here it is Lucas Connery. Connery with one, and a save made by Aiden Anderson looking for his second as Connery just cashed in at the, I believe that was the 15, somewhere in the 15s in the second half. Puck idle in the corner. They're working for it.
As our broadcast partner Brian would say, it's a rugby match, and they're going to blow it dead.
They're going to blow it dead. Here we go as Thorne just, I think that was Lucas Connery, or actually it was Kester Stadler that he was going after, and he just went after Connery, and now he's got two Junior Canes. And now we have some lunch plans being exchanged. And during these tense moments, I'll advise you again, we are right above the benches, so I do apologize if you hear any coarse or offensive language, as Thorne looks like will be the only guy going to the box for the Charlotte Rush. It's going to be, maybe a roughing minor, and Stadler's going back to the box. Wow. I am surprised. It'll be minor roughing minors, 4-on-4. Well, I think this is starting to go off the rails.
Nah, it's just a little, oh, you gave me a love tap, I'm going to give you one, and, oh, you gave me an extra tap, well, let's just keep going. You know, a little, these two teams play each other to start the season in Charlotte just in a week.
Sorry, I don't mean to step on you, Aaron, but a shot was stopped by Ketchum, and it is 4-on-4 for 1:43 here. Battle for it in the Carolina zone, as I believe that was Eric Mosquin that got tripped up, moved back into the Charlotte zone where it's going to be taken by Tommy Payne. Payne will move it around for Elon Paranjapi. He'll clear it off the wall, back into the Carolina zone where it's retrieved by, I believe that's Brody Sataris. Now it's moved ahead by Eric Mosquin. He'll shoot it back into the Charlotte zone where it's retrieved by Tommy Payne. Payne will clear it around the wall. Thomas tried to keep it in, unable to do so. 2-on-1 for Charlotte. Moving back is Landon German. He's got Justin Gagnon on his left. German with a shot. Stop by Ketchum. Rebound. Ping bongs around. And Ketchum somehow kept that one out as it's cleared back into the Charlotte zone. Thomas going after it. 46 seconds to go in 4-on-4 play. 5:20 to go here in regulation time. Now it's moved ahead by Carson Unger. Unger around in the corner. Unger to the top. Williams across over to Nick Freeman with a shot. Stopped by Ketchum. Rebound. And then Ketchum stopped that one too. Freeman with another shot. Stopped by Ketchum. To the top, Williams. Evan Williams, his shoot. Stopped by Ketchum, and he holds on to it. And we have some more fisticuffs going on in front of Ketchum with 4:53 to go in the second half, and 17 seconds to go in 4-on-4 hockey as the Rush and Junior Canes benches having a little beef with each other.
Sounded more like Trevor Jewell just trying to keep his boys like, hey, like, this is preseason, y'all. Like, you know, don't get me wrong, we're gonna have, it's gonna get a little heated, but like, hey, like, chill out. At least that's what it sounded like to me from up here. I could be wrong.
Yeah, we have headphones on, so we can't really hear any. You guys have the best hearing out of everyone in this rink because our mics are open, whereas our ears are protected by headphones here in this booth. Now it's moved in by Balamucky. Now it's shot by Kuhn. Stopped by Anderson. Now Kuhn. Across in front, and Anderson will glove it down with 9:23 to go here in this first period.
Well, every time you talk about Kuhn, as a Packers fan and owner, all I can think of is John Kuhn and the good chants we had back in the day of when he would get the handoff and the chant Kuhn would echo through the stands. So, maybe when he scores, we might have to have that reference this year.
Was that while the play was going on, those Kuhn chants?
Oh, yeah.
Cleared around the wall, and it's retrieved by the stick of, I'm trying to look here, Timo Koenig. We'll move it out onto the stick of Cody Galen, and now Koenig. Timo Koenig. Now it's taken over by the Junior Canes, 2-on-1. Joining the fun is Brody Sataris. Pass across, wide and behind the net. Now Sataris out to the top, unable to reach it. Ketchum out of his net to play it. Let's see, he's deciding who he's going to play that. And Ketchum got on into, and here we go. And getting dropped to the ice was Bitoyen. And now we're still going.
Well, when you hit a goalie like that, it doesn't matter preseason, regular season, playoffs, you're going to get it.
Well, the most unwritten rule in junior hockey, if someone hits your goalie, you got to be ready to protect it at all costs.
That's any level of hockey.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
Trevor Jewell is going at it with the officials today.
Well, I mean, he's saying just eject him, but it's like, that's exactly what he did. Two for roughing, 2 for goalie interference, and a 10-minute misconduct.
For both?
No, that's just for the one guy. And so, other than that, they're talking currently, the referee and Trevor Jewell. But I mean, head coach for the Charlotte Rush. But I mean, when you have a situation like that, I mean, you can't. It doesn't matter. Like I said before, talking about regular season, postseason, regular season, preseason. It doesn't matter what it is. You can't go hit a goalie like that, and that's what's going to happen when you do that. And so now, Junior Canes with a 4-minute power play, essentially.
That shot rolls in on Anderson, who will glove it down. So, do you know the jersey number that was wearing that got the pen? Did Carolina get any penalties?
I don't believe so. I can't.
Off the draw.
I don't see anybody down there.
There's nobody in the box for Carolina.
This is what happens when you're short.
Yep.
I can't see.
Well, I'm right above the boxes, basically center, so I can see better than you. No offense to you, Ed. But anyway, that puck cleared right back this way, and it's corralled by Cooper Thomas. Thomas will move it over for Lincoln Gamble. Move it ahead for Ilkka Saarinen. Saarinen will turn with it. Ilkka Saarinen across for Gamble to the top. Thomas, he'll walk the line over for Gamble. His shot turned aside by Anderson and cleared back out and kept in by Cooper Thomas, as getting floored there was Tommy Payne. I'm there, and him and Cody Lightfoot are going at it for a little bit. Cleared off the wall, Saarinen. He'll take it back. It is Ilkka Saarinen, and cleared back into the Carolina zone by 51. That's Gage Silby out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Spent last year with the Rush Elite team. He took a gap year in the NA3HL. To the top it goes. Thomas with a shot off the blocker of Anderson. Now, it's taken to the top. This is Thomas across for Gamble. Gamble, he'll shoot it down low for Thomas. Actually, that was Connery for Thomas. Pass in front, couldn't connect onto the stick of Lucas Connery. Connery will chase it off the correction. That is Lincoln Campbell, who will move it ahead for Lucas Connery. He moves in. Connery into the corner. Connery looking for space. He'll move it across for Greg Guzik, and a blocker saved by Anderson. And it's cleared back into the Carolina zone. Ketchum out to play it. He'll shoot it around the wall for Shane Oxenford. Oxenford will move it ahead for Connery. Lucas Connery off the wall, retrieved by Charlotte as Justin Gagnon got upended. And that was Jack Chivarelli off the puck and onto it. His opposite number, Shane Oxenford, will clear it back to center. Kept by the Junior Canes. They'll try and set something up. This is William Dees. And now it's moved in by Mosquin. His shot stopped by Anderson. And it comes back to center, back into the Charlotte zone. Oxenford chasing after it. He'll get to it. He's hounded by Gagnon off the wall. And Gagnon almost came up with it, but coming up with it is Guzik. Now, it's moved off the wall by Jack Chivarelli. Now Oxenford around the wall for, I believe that was Stadler. No, it was actually, I'm trying to look here, it's Cooper Thomas. Now, around the wall it goes. It was actually Ethan Balamucky, and it's cleared back into the Charlotte zone. Now, coming up with it is Evan Williams. He'll shoot it around the wall. It'll elude the stick of his defensive partner, Nick Freeman, coming up with it across, and they score! What a setup! As Eric Mosquin banged it home past the glove side of Aiden Anderson. 4-1 Junior Canes.
Beautiful wide open net situation there.
Yep. 5:19 to go, first period. Gipp and German on the draw. Off the wall. Kept in. Ahead by the Junior Canes. And where's the puck?
It is in the Junior Canes bench.
Some things you don't see. I honestly didn't see where that puck went. I lost sight of it.
I did too, but the only reason I saw it is because my camera happened to be on the Junior Canes bench and I saw it there.
Anderson will move it around off of the glass as an attempted glove down by a Junior Cane didn't work. That shot goes just wide of and gloved by Aiden Anderson as Griffin Tremlett shot.
A lot of respect for anybody who runs this camera now. I mean, I already did, but man, this has been interesting.
You'll get more experience as it goes along, as another shot by Griffin Tremlett goes into the glove of Aiden Anderson. With 4:55 to go here in this first period.
Just for those of you who aren't familiar with our broadcast setup, it is not a regular camera. We're using a very nice camera, but you control it with a joystick.
It's kind of like playing with an Atari. For those of you that were fortunate enough to experience those times. Now it's moved ahead by Landon German. That shot turned aside by Ketchum. Now it's moved along by German. Now Williams with a shot stopped by Ketchum with 4:25 to go here in regulation. Remind you guys, the next game will be starting in give or take about 14 minutes between the Junior Canes red and the Rush white team. 4:25 to go here in regulation. Off the draw. Gipp won it back. Taken by Gamble. Now taken by the Rush. Gipp will move it ahead for Saarinen. Moved ahead to Lightfoot off the wall. He's pestered by one of the Rush. It comes onto a Rush stick. Moved ahead by them off the stick of Gustav Anderson. He'll clear it. It's cleared back into the Charlotte zone. Anderson will force it around the boards for Nick Freeman. Freeman will move it around the wall, kept in by the Junior Canes, specifically Lincoln Gamble. Now it's a shot by Stadler, was blocked by Gustav Anderson. Now Williams. Evan Williams will move it out, and that is how
they're cutting it off.
And
They're gonna end it here because because of timing.
And that's gonna be how this game ends. So the final score of game one, the Junior Canes 4 and the Charlotte Rush Red Team 1. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the second game of the day between the Junior Canes Red Team and the Charlotte Rush White Team. For Aaron Preston, Nolan Wilson saying, see you in about 15 minutes. You're watching Junior Canes hockey on the Junior Canes YouTube channel.